Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. So I had to put the last two into resin molds for tomorrow and the next day probably, because I had an order come in from a viewer and I wanted to get it done for her. So she saw a couple of my older videos and it was my cell phone and pen holder, which is this 4-piece set here. And she wanted one made for her, so of course I'm gonna make it for her. And I got my little stacking jar back out because I need a third layer, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So for Rose, this one's for you. I hope you like it. She wanted sapphire blue with silver sparkle. So I just happened to have made my own sapphire blue pigment paste not too long ago. This is the video number if you want to learn how to make your own pigment paste. And I'm going to add the no sink glitter from Into Resin. They have a 20% discount code if you want to buy anything from them. It will be in my description box. But this is non-sinking glitter and it came in a set of 6 different colors, but I'm using the silver today. And this, I just received this in the mail and it is a Marabou alcohol ink color shift. So I wanted to try that. I figured I'm going to do that in here for myself. This is violet, blue, and green. So I ordered 4 of them. This one is blue, green, and gold. I have the normal Marabou one that I like to use on my tumblers to give it a sparkle, but I never seen the color shift ones. This one is gold, bronze, and green. And this one is pink, green, and gold. So let's try those out. I don't remember where I bought them. I think I actually ordered it off of a Facebook ad. I don't know. If I can find it, I'll link it. If not, guys, I honestly wouldn't know how to find a Facebook ad for you. So I will try to find it. But if I did, it's in the description box for you. Let me just wipe this off. I have something in here. These both hold approximately 10 ounces each. And I'm going to mix up a little bit more than that. I'll probably mix up an extra ounce for each of them, just in case. These are the little pieces that you need. So this is going to go on the top, and your pens will go through here and land in here. This is your cell phone holder portion. So it would be this way. So there's like a groove there. So it would be stacked like this. These are the little sticks that go in here to hold it up. And then these are the feet. I never did make the feet for my own, but I'm going to make them for her because it comes with it, and why not? The only thing I had to learn the hard way on the first one I ever made, this one, you have to fill over these pieces. So you cover them completely so your pen or I use mine for paintbrushes, will sit into something and not on your desk. This one, you leave them open so you don't fill over this one. So I made that mistake on the first set that I made, never made that mistake again. So if you do this one, beware. Cover these, don't cover these. All right, I'm gonna get some resin mixed up and let's get started. I only had 20 ounces to the drop left of my casting resin, so I didn't make any extra. So let's hope that's all it's gonna take. I've already split it 10 and 10. So this is for this one. So we're gonna do hers first because it's a little more important than my little stacking tray. Let me grab actually I do want to use this. Let me just wipe it off so I don't get resin in my pigment paste. I thought that this was going to be the gorgeous color sapphire blue for her, and it didn't really it's not like completely opaque, and it's not transparent either. It's kind of like right in between. So I thought that would be perfect so we could see the sparkle yet barely see through. I don't know, I hope we could see the sparkle. I've never put sparkle in it before, so planning on it seeing sparkle. Let me get it all off my stir stick. And I will run it through the vacuum chamber. I don't want any bubbles. I don't want any problems with this. Just trying to stir it good. I mean, it's pretty light. I better put a little bit more in. I'm just worried about unmixed pigment because I've been doing that lately. But since I've already made the paste out of this, it should be okay. I'm just gonna cap this and grab a paper towel for my hands since I got it all over me. Get it off of here. It's pretty liquidy since I've made it. It was a very granular, grainy powder when I made it into the paste. So I just took my mortar and pestle and just smashed it to smithereens in my resin. That's how you make pigment paste. So like I said, if you haven't seen the video, it's really simple and you may want to do it with your favorite colors so you don't run out of your favorite colors that fast. All right, I'm gonna just take some of this non-sinking glitter, and I've already tested it and it did not sink. So I do know that it works, which is why I'm using it. Oh, look at that, beautiful. I love silver and blue. It is such a classic combination. I'm just gonna mix it really good, and then I'm gonna mix up my other one, and we're gonna put them both in the vacuum chamber at the same time. That is so pretty. I just don't want anything non-mixed. It looks like it's pretty good. Let me wipe this off. I don't know if I'm gonna add color to the Marabou ink or not, because I just got this today and I was dying to use it and I didn't know what to use it in, so this was my perfect opportunity. And you can actually put it in a color. That's what I usually, well, I usually put it in my clear coat of my tumblers. Gonna need a lot, and that little BB thing always gets stuck. It's more of a shimmer. This is great to make like galaxy pendants out of. I think I'm gonna want to add a color though. Maybe I'll go ahead and add this blue because I love that blue. Because you could see it, but it'll be prettier with some, just a dab of color in there. Not a lot. We'll see if this works, because I want to see that shimmer shine. There, that'll show. And when I do tumblers, I only do like a drop or 2 drops in like the top clear coat. Ooh, that's pretty too. That is gorgeous. Now I will say you probably won't see the color change now that I put the color in it, but that's okay. I'm gonna add some more. If I can get the lid off, there we go. Make sure you shake it up well. I should do a side-by-side of those 4 and see if there's any differences in them. Or did I just buy the same thing 4 times? The other Marabou one that I have is a rainbow, which I love because it's got all the colors of the rainbow in there. All right, that's mixed up. I'm gonna go ahead and throw these 2 in the vacuum chamber and then we'll pour. And this might be just an easy little quick video for you guys today. I don't know, I don't usually do quick, easy videos, so I might be spoiled. We'll see what happens. All right, all we gotta do is spritz these with alcohol. I'll do one at a time and get them poured in. Hopefully I have enough for both, since I didn't mix up extra. If I need more for this one, obviously I'm going to steal it from mine. right, that one's good. Spraying it with 99% alcohol. Again, you don't want to go above these ones. You stay below them. Perfect. And then these two pieces. This I'm just going to drip it in. And you just kind of glue these to the bottom of your piece after it's finished, and it just raises it up off the counter. I never did make them for mine because I didn't see the point on raising it up off the counter, so I never made them. Actually, I'm going to have some extras. So I'm glad I didn't mix up 22 ounces like I was going to. Trying to dome them so there's hardly any trimming. And then these little bar things are the same way. You just kind of drip them in. These have to be cured really well, or making them stronger with some UV resin works, kind of like a bookmark, because they can be bendy. But if you put UV resin on, so I'm not going to fill them all the way because I want to make them stronger with UV resin and still fit in this piece. I think I could still fit some more in this piece, so let me try before I go using this for something else. I'm going to go ahead and pour a little bit more. That's good. Yeah, I still have extras, so that's funny. When I think I'm not going to have enough, or I never can get it right anymore. I'm just going to spray this and get it all the way around and dump it in. Nothing special on this one, but it sure has a beautiful shimmer to this. I love this. We'll see if this takes all 10 ounces. Maybe I didn't split it correctly. Yeah, I could definitely use a little more in this one. But I don't want to use that because it's a different color and it's going to ruin my little shimmer. So I'm going to just mix up a few extra ounces. I didn't split it equally, which is part of the problem. I love this shimmer and I don't want to waste it. So I'll do that off camera. Find something for the extras. I'm just going to spray everything with alcohol, pop all the surface bubbles, even though that's the bottom, and I think this is the top. I can't remember. All right, be back on demold. I ended up mixing up 4 more ounces and I poured it in. And I didn't need it all, of course, so I'm making her a little bear in the same colors as this. I had enough to do a little elk, so I will do a little elk and get him on eBay. And then I decided I wanted to do something to this because it's kind of boring just one color. You know I don't do one color very well. So I got my washi tapes out, and I've never put washi tapes in something like this. So I cut out 4 of them, and I'm going to shove them in the sides, and hopefully not only do we see them, but hopefully we don't see the edges. Now I cut as close as I could. I didn't take a lot of time, but I did go fairly close without, worrying about it too much. I think I'm just going to push them in, and there's really not an up and a down to a flower, so I'm not going to really worry. And of course it's coming out because I filled it really high. I don't even know if these are going to fit in here, to be honest with you. I may have to grab a stick and push it down. I think I chose too big of a one. Well, it's in. Let's hope it doesn't pop out the back. If it does, I'll have to trim it. I'm definitely pushing resin out because I totally filled it up. All right, well, let's do this to each side. I have two of the same one. Yeah, see it's popping out right there? Maybe I'll just trim the bottom off a little bit. I guess you really won't be able to tell. It's going to be on the bottom, right? Let's hope. We'll do the same one on this side. Did I not trim enough off? I've never stuck washi tape into a bowl like this, so I do not know. I've seen other people do it, and it seemed to work out fine. So let's hope mine works out fine. I think I'm going to just pull this one out a little bit, snip off that edge because I don't like it sticking out. And you'll probably be able to see that it's a straight cut, but hey, it's for me, right? It's not a huge deal since I'm experimenting, and it's not for an order, so I'm okay with that. All right, that's in there now. It's not sticking up. And I'll probably have to do that to this one too. There it goes. It's kind of like curving with the edge. I absolutely love the shimmer in that marabou stuff. I hope I could find you guys the link. And I'm not sure I need to cut this one, but I'm not gonna. Let's see what happens. Like I said, I don't know if they're upside down or not. I don't know if there is an upside down to a flower, but I probably incorporated bubbles, so I'm going to prepare myself that there will be bubbles behind it because I didn't coat it with anything, but maybe if I run my stick behind it. Let's try that. I'm making a mess, but it might be worth it. I see bubbles coming out. And last one, and then I will leave it alone and let it cure. Oh, I see bubbles behind it for sure. That might be pretty though. Not the bubbles, but the washi tape. All right, I better leave it alone. All right, now I will leave you alone till demold. I've got the extras done and they're adorable. So since they were blue and sparkly, they are now all American. So they are red, white, and blue. This one's got her eyelashes on, her bows in her antlers, and then I put a bow on her back. It's got a pearl on it. A little necklace. Silver is the best I could do for white, and then red toenails, and she's got a little tiny bug on her nose, a little ladybug. And then I put a couple little red rhinestones on her antlers too. So that is her. And then her best friend who lives in Texas went to a rodeo and she won a bouquet of flowers for horse jumping. So she's got her little cowgirl hat on, her little bow for the rodeo, and she's got pearls on. She's all dressed up, and she's also got her little tattoo on the back. So what do you think about those? I thought they were adorable. Miss Patriotic. All right, it's time to get to the main events. So this one I've been wondering about since late last night to see how those little washi tapes are going to come out. So I want to do this one first. Hopefully it didn't collect a ton of bubbles. That's the only thing I worry about when doing it like that. Is, well, the shape of it as well. Is it going to lay flat? Are you going to see the edges? Things like that. I do know that I like that new shimmer alcohol ink, the Marabou. Whoops, I just got a bunch of pieces on it. So the shimmer is beautiful. I don't know that you could see it. I know you don't see it like I see it, but, well, they're not too bad. That one actually looks 3D because it's bent backwards. You probably can't tell, but I could tell. And of course they would have come out a little bit more clear if I didn't put the blue in. But they're nice and soft. I love the shimmer in front of them. I wish you could see what I see. That one's the same way. It's kind of bent backwards, so it looks like it's three-dimensional, which is kind of cool. And I put this one, well, you could see the cut mark on this, so, well, if you were giving this away, the way I would save it, which I'm not going to do because it's just for me, is you could just paint this whole edge with a paint pen or adhere something to it somehow. But that's the only one that went down below, which is actually, it's going to be just sitting inside the other one, so you're not even going to see it because these are the stacking ones. So that's good for me. I just got to trim up this little bit. Actually, well, it pulls right off, so it's bugging me. Let me grab the other ones and you can see how they stack. I have stuff in the other ones though, but let me try. So far we have, whoops, these might be a little bit too high to stack. I've got a few too many little nail glitters in here. I wonder if they'll stack if I put them like that. We shall find out. Yes. So I've got this one, which was the fall colors, which is really pretty. Of course, the little ducks. And now this one. Pretty cool, huh? So yeah, they stack like that so you won't see the bottom. And these, unfortunately, are not a good home for them. Or I'm going to have to use two of them, which I don't want to do, because it's not stacking properly. There it goes. All right, 3 done. We'll see how many more I need as soon as I see what else needs to go in here. All right, next one. I took the little feet out while I was messing around with the little people, or I should say animals. And some of the glitter did fall to the bottom, but most of it stayed suspended. So those are the little feet. Whoops. And then what I did before I took these out, I back coated the other half with UV resin. As you can see, there's a UV resin line there. So that way they're really super stiff and they'll hold the thing up. These are not fully cured, so I need to fully cure everything before I put it all together. I never turned my heat mat on, and I meant to turn it on when I went to work this morning. So I will turn it on for a little while once they're out, because they are still bendy, so I am not going to put it together right now. All right, here it is. Like I said, some of the glitter did fall. Doesn't look too bad. I usually top coat these with UV resin anyway, just to get a nice final shine on them. But that looks really good. Happy with it. So I'll probably cure them completely, put a top coat on, and then we'll put it together. But I'm not going to send it together. I don't want it to break in the mail. So Rose, you'll have to put it together yourself. Here's the bottom. Very nice, really pretty. And this goes like so up here on the little, oops, this side. These little bars go in here and they fit in here and they will hold like that. But like I said, let me get these on the heat mat for a while and then we'll come back and finish them up. I did that on time lapse because I really had to concentrate. I did not want any mistakes. I used my clear hard type. If you're not comfortable with top coating, especially with UV resin, then I recommend using your high viscosity, which is much thicker. And I just didn't want to squeeze the bottle that hard, so I just used the clear hard type. And what I didn't want to happen was I didn't want it to go in this groove because it would have filled the groove in for the cell phone holder. So I had to bring it to both edges without going over, because once it starts draining, then I would have had to wipe it all off, clean it down with alcohol, probably sand it. You could sand it. I should have sanded it. I didn't even think about it till now. But I cleaned it with alcohol first, and I just got it to every edge before it went over, especially all these round ones. I just did not want it dripping anywhere. That's why I didn't want to talk while I was doing it. And then same thing on this one, which, I mean, it made it look so much prettier. It's so much nicer in person. And when I was holding the light, I started up really, really high and I slowly moved down, because sometimes that'll make it drip too, or it can make it wrinkle if it gets too hot too quick. So I really took my time slowly moving it down, and then finally did a 5-minute cure on both of them together. So this, I don't know if UV resin is going to hold these on, and I really don't want to UV resin them on in case she doesn't want them. So I think I'm going to use my E6000 glue and do that. But before I do that, let's put these together. So these rounded parts with the pretty blue sparkle, they go facing out, facing the cell phone portion, and you push really hard to get them in. So those are in, and then you do the exact same thing with this. Now sometimes you got to push pretty hard. I just want to put it together to make sure it's going to work before I give it away. And you press them till they're even. I mean, yeah, you do see the tops of them, but it'll be okay. And that's it. That's all you do. And then you can put your little brushes in, your pens, whatever you using this for. Even my little deburring tool just fits in the hole, like just barely. So you can use it for all kinds of things. I have all my brushes that I use for my mica powders in mine. I have these long, tall spoons. They fit in that way, but they do not fit in this way. This spoon is too large, so some things you can only fit one way. And then your cell phone, which I cannot show you because I'm using my cell phone. Say this is my phone. And you just lean it into the groove and lean it up against here. I've never used mine because mine is tucked back there with all my brushes, but if you have it out and you need to use your cell phone on it, that's how you do it. So I'm going to take this back apart. Well, I'm going to leave it together actually. Get some pictures for you guys, and I'm going to glue the feet on with E6000, which I'm running really low on. And that's it. I will get you some final photos. Thank you so much for the order. I hope you love it. It looks beautiful. And that top coat just really brings out the sparkle in it. So, all right, guys, stick around for those photos. I hope you liked everything. Here's this one again. So I'm super happy with the shimmer in there. I love it so much. The only thing with this particular mold, and I don't know if you could see it, you could see the cross section, which is the support system on the mold. You can see it in every single one of the jars, but since I'm gonna fill them, it doesn't really make a difference. But just so you know, you will see that it's in all of them, every one that I've ever made. All right, guys, thanks for joining me today. I will see you all tomorrow. You guys have a blessed day. Bye.